And next up, we have a special guest, Susanna Barkataki, who is an amazing educator, writer, yoga teacher, and practitioner. Thank you so much, Savannah, for joining us. And please stay here because we have a very special guest coming up.
Okay. Can y'all hear me now? Wonderful. Just invite you to take a breath with me. Inhale and exhale. We'll do that a few more times. If you'd like, this time inhale through your nose, then exhale with a sound through your mouth. We'll do that again. Inhale and exhale. And you can keep that going as much as you would like. I'm going to talk for just a few minutes, just to share a little bit about the story of what brings me here. And then we'll do a practice. And the practice will be accessible. It'll be chair-based and standing. And you will be really the leader of the practice. I'm just the guide. So what brought me here is that I always felt like I was on the outside of the yoga world looking in. And even though these practices come from my ancestors, that there weren't people like me or like my family that I saw anywhere. And I would ask you, have you ever felt like you were on the outside looking in, like kind of like at a party or looking at a party that you didn't get the invite to, or at a system that was rigged against you? I think so many of us experience this. And then it hits even harder when it's like this comes from our people. Meditation, mindfulness, yoga. These are Asian traditions. These are our ancestral traditions that for thousands of years, they've been practiced by people that look like you and me and our families and other folks who aren't in the room with us. And so I kept writing. I kept writing to these yoga institutions, to festivals, to ask them, hey, can you platform me or folks that are like me, people who this practice comes from? And you know what their answer was? Silence or rejection. And that happened from like 2001 till in 2015. So I wrote for a long time. I tried for a long time. And then in 2015, I came home from a puja, which is like a ritual at my aunt's house. And I opened up my computer. It was like midnight. And there was going to be this huge yoga festival in LA where I lived. And it was all white teachers. And I was so frustrated. I just slammed the computer closed, started journaling and writing. Like, we need to decolonize our yoga practice. And then I wrote it online, hit publish. And the next morning, so just for context, I was a blogger. I blogged every week for a year before then, a lot of wellness stuff. I was trying to fit in. I was actually hiding who I was in my culture around like cute 5 tips for better wellness, whatever, that kind of stuff. So I hit publish, and the only people who would ever really respond when I wrote were my mom, nice blog, Susanna, or my best friend, Ariane, who would be like, this doesn't really sound like you. And it was so helpful because this blog that I was sharing, it was a cry from my soul. It was, we need to lean back on our cultural traditions and practice the full expanse of what yoga is, what mindfulness is, in order that we don't lose this to colonization. And I woke up And 500 people had shared that article. Thousands of people had commented or liked it. This is the first time anyone beyond people who I actually knew had read and resonated with my words. And I knew in that moment that I no longer could be quiet about what I saw, that I had to speak up. And I started to then, because of that article, get invitations, this conference, that thing. And that was great, but I was like, it's just me. That's a colonized version of success. I need to reach over here and bring people forward. Instead of waiting to be invited to their festivals, we're going to start our own damn festivals. Instead of waiting to be platformed or featured on their magazines, we're going to start our own damn magazines. And this movement of reclaiming and decolonizing yoga in the West, it really has to happen alongside movements for land back, alongside movements for reparations. It's not separate, but spiritual justice has to be part of our social justice movements, because these are your practices, they're my practices, they're ancestral practices. And so I just want to close the speaking part before we practice with, like, where can you find, if there is a place where you felt left out, you know, and it's like we're all in this room because we're here to do the work, and we probably worked on ourselves a good amount. But there might be places that you're holding back, or places that I'm holding back, places I don't share myself fully, or you don't share yourself fully with your family, or with your community, or even with yourself. And maybe, in a way that's titrated and safe and feels okay, but perhaps stretchy, maybe by sharing a little bit more, or opening up more into that discomfort, that's the key to changing yourself and these broken systems, and then ultimately the world. So with that, we will practice. And for this practice, and I'm just going to do a little time check over here, because I want to make sure that I have, that I give you all kind of a flow experience. You want to be, we'll begin just seated with your feet on the earth. And if you can, like, have some space around you, so it's okay to move a little bit aside from other folks. And then we will be, if you choose to, we'll be standing on or beside your chair. So options, right? And the whole practice, you can either do sitting, or if you'd like to stand a little bit. So we'll begin right here, resting your hands on your legs. And by the way, just want to say, I have a broken wrist. And actually till yesterday, I wasn't entirely sure if I'd be able to make it. And I waited to call or to talk to Connie to be like, it's okay that I have a broken wrist, right? Like, it's still okay to teach yoga. And this is how deep the colonization goes, because yoga isn't just something you do, it's something you are. So if you're breathing, you're doing it right. If you're standing, if you're sitting, you're already doing it right. And so wherever you are, find a mountainous pose. So feet flat on the earth, hands resting on your body or along your side. And we'll begin by inhaling and looking up towards the sky, exhaling, looking down towards the earth. Inhale, head comes up to center. Exhale, this time, nose turns towards one side of the room. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the other side. And this is Brahma Mudra, the 4 sides of Brahma. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Brahma is the creator. If we're going to reimagine everything as you move, notice that you're getting 4 different perspectives. Or maybe as your eyes slide up towards the sky and then down towards the earth, left and right, You're getting 400 perspectives. We're going to need all these perspectives as we reimagine. One more time, up and then down, to the right, to the left, and then coming back to center. And we'll practice E-RYT pranayama, which is equal parts breath. So you're breathing in for, say, a count of 4, and out for a count of 4. Yours may be longer or shorter than mine, but I'll cue 4. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And continue on your own rhythm. As you breathe, calling in an intention, perhaps a phrase or a word that sparked in you from what you heard today, something crystallized or solidified. And on your next exhale, you're going to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Right shoulder drops down towards the earth. You can stay right here or send your left arm away. And if you're sitting in a chair or near a chair, maybe grabbing onto the chair to stretch deeply through the left side of your neck. Breathing as if you have lungs right there on your neck. And if you'd like, you can gaze down, up towards the sky. And then exhale, slowly coming back up to center. And we'll switch sides, leaning over to the opposite side. Left shoulder towards the earth, left ear towards left shoulder. And then right hand back and away. Softening your jaw, softening your eyes. Gazing down and up. Beautiful. Inhale, back up to center. We'll move a little bit with your breath. You can inhale your arms up towards the sky. Stretching, lengthening, and then exhale, hands come down. If you have room, you can do that out to the side. Inhale out. If not, you can go up in front of you. And then exhale down. This time, as we come up, you're going to clasp one hand, so left hand clasps right hand, and then stretch over to one side. Stretching through your side body, pushing down into the earth with your right foot, reaching towards the stars with your hands. And then inhale, rise. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, arms come up. And this is a vinyasa, a flow. Any movement of the body with the breath, stretching over to the other side. Beautiful. These are simple moves that we can do, inhaling, exhaling, anytime during the workday, at home, as we're caregiving. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down. To recalibrate, to stretch and settle our nervous system. We'll do another pranayama. This is Durga pranayama. And Durga is the goddess of justice, the goddess of righteousness. Her breathing is very calming to the nervous system. And so it's 3 parts, inhaling into your belly, then into your chest and outer ribs, then up into your upper back and upper chest. And so it's quite simple and should have a calming effect. That's the intent. So inhale to the belly, then to the ribs, then up into the chest and upper back. Full long exhale. Beautiful. Do that one more time. Inhale, belly, ribs out to the side, upper chest and back. And exhale. And then once more on your own time. Taking a moment to notice how you feel. And if it feels supportive to you, we'll come forward, walking your hands forward over your body if you're on your chair, and then let your head dangle. Or if you're standing, you can drop down, hands towards your feet. We're going to start to get into our legs and our thighs, which may be a little tight from sitting for a lot of the day. Deep breath in, exhale fully. And slow inhale, coming back up. Beautiful. Couple options here. If you're sitting, you can place one foot on top of the other knee. If you're standing, then option 2, hold onto a chair or balance and bring one foot onto the side of the other thigh. And then you'll bend forward either way. If you're seated, doesn't matter how far forward you come, you might feel that tightness or kind of restriction in your hip. That's just a sign that you've met a boundary, and boundaries are wonderful, so you can stop right there. Breathing in and out. And then slowly inhaling, coming up. We'll switch sides. Place that foot down, other foot up. Inhale, exhale, fold over the other leg. And you can use, if you're sitting or standing, your the same arm of the leg that's bent to push into your knee to stretch. Nice. Inhale, coming back up. And bring your foot down to the earth. Now we'll take a standing pose or seated. We'll do tree. So option for Vrikshasana for tree, if you're seated, your foot can be to the side of your other foot or back up on the knee, and then your arms can be anywhere you would like. If you're standing, you can hold onto your chair, gaze at a spot in front of you, everyone, whether you're sitting or standing, something that's not moving, so something up on the stage that you can focus on. This is a powerful posture for focus. So you can hold on to something, placing one foot either on the ground next to your other or up against the leg. And then hands can be at heart center or like branches. And just like the movements we're creating and the things we're envisioning, it's not going to be perfect. You might fall out, and that's okay. You can come back. And then exhale, coming down. Take a moment to find your mountain shape. Palms facing front. Gaze on that point in front of you. As you gaze forward, maybe seeing part of what you do this for. Someone in the community, a friend, child, elder, in your mind's eye, and send them some focus, some energy. And we'll switch to the other side, shifting your weight into your other foot, placing the other foot, the toes on the earth, or lifting them up, maybe using your hand to lift up your foot if you would like. And on this side, noticing it might be different. We're not symmetrical beings. We don't live symmetrical lives. And so this side might be more shaky, or it might be more stable. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back down. Beautiful. We're going to do a little bit more fluid movement, and I'll show you options in the chair or standing. If you're standing, feet come wide and arms come up for star. If you're seated, you can widen your feet as wide as possible in your chair, and then arms come up. Beautiful. If you're in your chair and you want to, we'll also do squat. You can lift your feet up a little bit, lift your hips off your chair. And so we're going to go from star to goddess. So knees bend, hands come down at your heart, nice, or on your legs for support. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Also horse, you can call it either one. Inhale, star. Beautiful. Exhale, goddess. This time, as we come into star, you're going to turn your right foot to the side. So you're facing to the side, and arms come out away from your body. Warrior 2. Front knee is bent. Nice. See if you can walk your front foot forward a little. There's a little more distance between your front and your back foot. Yeah. Beautiful. Flip your palms up, and then back over. And then reverse. So left hand comes down your back leg, right hand flies towards the sky. Inhale, come back. Exhale, front arm comes down to your thigh. And you can always hold your chair. Or a friend, if you bump them, inhale, rise. Just send them some good energy. And then exhale, we're going to switch our feet. So left foot turns out now. Right foot back in solid. Bend your left knee. Flip your palms up just to get your shoulders away from your ears. This is warrior, Virabhadrasana. So feeling that warrior flow. Exhale, reverse. Send your right hand back down your legs. Left hand to the sky. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Beautiful. Inhale, rise. And now turn both feet towards the front. Star. And then last goddess. Inhale, star. Beautiful. Stretching out, taking your place amongst the stars. And then we'll come down to sit or stand as we begin our cool down and do a short closing guided meditation. So noticing your heart rate. It might be that your heart rate is sped up, maybe a little bit of warmth in the body. And taking a moment to just tune into your own inner state. Has it changed through breathing, through movement? Deep breath in, deep breath out. Another one like that. And as you sit, imagine that you're sitting under a tree by a stream or a river, likely in the Indus Valley or the Saraswati River Valley thousands of years ago. Or if you prefer, you can be right here, right now, but sitting in a way that brings you just a little bit more peace, just a little bit more power. And I'll close with a chant that says, may all beings be happy. May all beings be free of their suffering. May all beings be full of everlasting joy. And this is a Pali chant, one used in Buddhism and in yoga, and is the wish of our ancestors that many of us may share today. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shakti Shakti Shakti. Peace, 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 and power, power, power. Thank you so much for your presence. So much. And thank you so much for your practice. Thanks, y'all.